everybody. Good evening. We had another massive red candle day here in crypto. We're going to go over a few things. So let's start off with the weekly here on Bitcoin. So if you can look here, this candle is starting to look very bearish, right? And this candle in itself is a bearish candle. And if we close like this, I think this is called an inverted hammer. It's going to look like we're going to head south from here. So we have 1 day and 18 hours until this closes. And here's the descending resistance that we have up here. And let's look at the daily to see if we can have any signs, maybe some relief for it to go up. And so as you can look here, we had a bull flag that broke out, took us to the upside during the CME time, and then it broke down. And then we had today's red candle that just blasted through the support. I'm assuming we'll retest 16.8, maybe even 17,000, and we'll probably head south more. The thing is we have to keep our eye on is this support right here at 15.5. Now, right now, I wouldn't be in any trade. I'll go over which trades I went through, but let's just talk about Bitcoin for now. But I wouldn't enter anything just yet. If I was going to enter anything, it would definitely be at the support, maybe a buy signal. But I would have to wait for basically a confirmed daily close above this support. You see how important these daily closes are? They can save you a lot of money. So if I was to prematurely long in here, because we did get a bounce on the 4 hour. So if I was to prematurely long in here, thinking that this is going to pop up, I would have crashed and burned by end of day. So that's an important thing to keep in mind is sometimes it's important to wait for the daily close. Now you can see here on the RSI on the 4 hour, we're oversold. So we can probably see some relief here. We might head up, might stagnate a little bit and then come back down. The thing is, I wouldn't trade anything yet. I would actually sit on my hands and wait. Now let's take a look at Ethereum, which is basically, I like to trade Ethereum just because it's a bigger beta to Bitcoin in the sense that the percentages that you can get from it are a lot bigger. And here we go. So we're looking at the daily again. Same kind of thing. We have this downward slope resistance. We haven't touched it yet. I don't know if we're going to plan on touching it. I have a few lines drawn in here. They're kind of arbitrary, weak support, so I'm going to go ahead and delete them. But the bull flag that I was talking about in the last video, it broke down. I warned it could break down. You have to wait for daily confirmations. And unfortunately, it did break down. And it looks like we might be headed all the way down to 1050 if we don't get a bounce here. The same thing goes for Ethereum. We're oversold on the 4 hour RSI. Maybe we can pray for some bullish divergence, but I don't think it's going to happen. Another thing I'd like to talk about. So right now, I'm not currently in any trades. So let's go over my pinned tweet. So shout out to my Twitter. This is my Twitter here. This is not me. This is just a pretty female with a Christmas hat. But let me go ahead and point out a few things. So this is my pinned tweet. I kind of got some notoriety from flipping 3K to 20. For those of you that saw that, I appreciate the following. But right now, my goal is to flip 20 to 75. Now, I entered this short right here on Ethereum. This short, though, took a big toll on me because as you can see for Ethereum, is I entered it around 12:45 here. I do like to enter a little bit early, and we kind of just stayed here for such a long time. We popped up, tested my resistance that I had drawn out on my pinned tweet. So go ahead and take a look here. On my pinned tweet, I did have this resistance. My stop loss was above this, and it held, but I mean, I lost sleep during this time. And then it finally broke down. I took my profits, and I finally hit a goal for me personally that I think is great from flipping 3K. I finally flipped it to 50, and I think I'm going to just hang out here for the rest of the holidays. But I will keep uploading for you guys just so you guys can enjoy the content, maybe perhaps enter a trade. So I'm out of Ethereum. If I was to guess, I mean, it's all speculation here. I think we have a little bit more downside. We're going to test this support here. The only thing that I would say we have in our advantage is we're oversold on the 4 hour. Sometimes that's not a really good strategy, especially in a bear market, but it could make for some relief and a bounce. But I would not trade any of this. One thing that I am trading and I'm ashamed to say it, is this. So if you guys recognize this chart, it's the BNB chart. So if you take a look here, this is BNB on the daily. Now there's been a lot of FUD with BNB, unfortunately, and I think I'm just treating this like a gamble. And if you look here, we have a massive head and shoulders that kind of confirmed up here. Here's boom, boom, boom. It broke down, came back, and I think it's going to break back down. A lot of people are saying there's a lot of hot air in between the price of $200 and $40. So the upside is huge. I entered a very small trade. If it's insolvent, it might be an FTX collapse or a Celsius or a Luna collapse. So I'm just waiting. Might as well try to make some money out of it. I really don't want the company to fail, but I do see no support all the way down to $40. So it's worth the risk. My liquidation, and I'm going to ride this all the way to liquidation, is around 275. So it's unfortunate that it's up here, but I kind of had a high leverage. So here's my Twitter. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter. Would really appreciate it. It's Dr. Crypto with the 0 for the O. And then I wanted to give a quick shout out for someone that I use, but I use their Twitter account a lot. This is Pnote, Pnote_C. Pnote is an amazing resource for you, especially if you're new to trading. He goes over a lot of the details of basically liquidation zones, strategies to use. He talks about CVD. There's a lot that I've learned from him. One of the most useful tools I use from him is actually this right here, which is the HY Block Capital liquidation heat map. This is such a useful heat map because what it does is it tells you basically if anything's above the price, these are short liquidation zones, and anything that's below the price is long liquidation zones, and you can see where most people are actually putting in their trades. Over here on the left-hand side is basically evaluating the heat map in a numerical sense, and you can see the darker it is, the lower the amount of money there is in that area, and then the more bright it is, or yellow, you got a nominal evaluation for how many people are in that position. So I think it would say 50-50. We have a heat map here underneath the 16. This is actually posted an hour ago, so this isn't really relevant right now. I think the price moved down, but I do use these heat maps just to tell me where we're going. After we basically blew up to 18,000, the heat map was overloaded in the 16,000 area, which made me worrisome about longing in that area. And over here is another useful tool that I use from Pnote, and it just tells you how many liquidations are available on a certain type of exchange, and the exchange that they use is Binance. So this is pretty much it for today. So we went over basically the price of Bitcoin, where I think it's headed, and how I would trade it. Technically, I wouldn't trade it yet. I think that if you want to get risky, you wait for basically a bounce off the support, or you wait for a daily confirmation and a close above. And if there's no volume there, I would go ahead and long it. Same thing goes with Ethereum. I would just wait. Now, if we reverse here are some of the areas that I'm looking at for a short. Up here, if we can get here, would be golden, which is the 1500 area for Ethereum. And we're back to the Ethereum chart. And this 1300 area, 1340 area right here. So these are the two areas that I would like to basically play, and I'm only looking at Ethereum here. And then if you want to get risky, I would definitely recommend longing here, but be worrisome because it can probably crash down pretty quick. But that's pretty much the TA for today. If you guys like my content, please give this video a like, and then follow me on Twitter, please. My tag is right here, Dr. Crypto. And then give my good buddy Pnote a follow as well. We really appreciate your time. And if you guys have any questions or any other coins that you guys want me to analyze, please leave it in the comments. Thank you, and share my video. Would really appreciate it.